Yo, what's up? What is this music, huh? The fuck? Moment ruined. Let's see. I'm just chilling out right now. So, how are y'all doing? We have 8 people, that's a lot. Hi John, hi Hugh. Alex Alec, good to see you here, buddy. And John James. It's awesome. It's a lot of people from the start. So, what is up? How's your weekend? How's your week, people? Still setting things up here. Just checking if everything's working. First of all, is microphone okay? Can you hear me okay? See me and all the stuff? How's the quality? Hi human, doing great, how are you? Alright, so let's get going. Yeah, John was asking, why are we able to turn negative entities to other dark beings into different objects? Should they not have the same authority as us to turn us into things as well? Yeah, that's a good question, and John James pretty much like answered this thing. But yeah, like when we talk about entities, you can imagine consciousness, like you, me, and everyone else. Like most beings have an ability to choose what kind of body they want to incarnate to, if they want it or not. Because consciousness can simply be point of awareness, simply be being aware of things, being into the existence and stuff, and then once the consciousness decides to be something, if it wants to be, to experience something, then we have all these choices. And when we go to here, this like 3D universe, it's pretty much like limited. Like you won't find entities and other beings much in other places. It has to be really messed up, like here on the 3D, to have them there. So when we're here in the 3D, we have all of these soul traps and other things that actually sort of like splits the consciousness, messes us over, limits us to the point where we lose our abilities. We forget who we are. We forget that, hey, I am consciousness. I can create things. And once we forget these things, we simply become on automatic. We become like sort of like a little being without a free will, without our own intentions and stuff. And the whole point of reincarnation is put us into the place of an entity. Because every time we reincarnate, we sort of like lose our abilities, we lose our part of our consciousness, like how conscious are we of this reality, of ourselves. And so we lose part of who we are and start becoming less of a being. We are less aware, less being something. And so other beings start having more control over us. And so if a person was to reincarnate on Earth, for example, for, I don't know, 10 times, 20 times, it has to go through a cycle, but like every time you sort of reincarnate on Earth, it's a downhill spiral. It's like constantly going down, and with that we lose who we are. And so we become entities. Like I've met plenty of people who actually sort of like reincarnated and have been really messed with and ended up becoming entities. And so like when I'm doing these sessions and we're, let's say, removing entities from a person, a lot of times we're just destroying them. Sometimes I talk to the entity to the point where they become aware, like, you know, you wake them up by talking to them, they're like, what am I doing here? And all of a sudden they become more aware of the surroundings, they wake up, so to speak, like the same thing we're doing on Earth, and eventually the entity is like, hey, they sort of like get back their memories, and get back to the point where if you allow them to transmute from the entity and to become something better, these entities will recall their lives as people who were aware, who were fully acting things. So when we get on the entity level, we lose our abilities. We don't have creativity. We don't have imagination. It's automatic program. Like you become like this like little bubble of energy, and someone else can like write in a program and sort of embed it within you. And now are you gonna be this like little bubble talking stuff? Like, yo, you suck, you're an asshole, da 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 da, like all of these like negative thoughts and stuff is coming from entities, but they're programmed. If you remove the program, all of a sudden they're pretty much like free from that. So there it is. Like I think like beings like us, we still have our powers. We're still conscious. We have creativity and imagination. We're not just NPCs. We're not like, you know, like we don't have all the stuff that entities do. So entities are pretty much like really downgraded humans, or, you know, like beings like that. So that would be the thing. Yeah, like this might take time to digest. It's a big concept because a lot of these entities are different. It's not like they're all the same. They're all looking like little bubbles and stuff. Like, no, there's plenty. I think like someone recommended a movie to Rich, Branded, I think, and it had a pretty good solid score. Like, I haven't watched it yet, but there's like, let's see if we can open it up. Window capture. Let's see, there we go. So you can actually see this thing. I'm gonna make myself smaller. Branded. Check out this movie if you haven't. Basically, these are all entities. All of these forms and shapes and stuff. These are beings who basically lose their powers and become nothing. So if you're pretty much like into, hey, what entities look like, this is kind of like an example. You know, so check it out. Branded is the name. So yeah, and again, like there's like also there's Ajin anime. So if you look like it, you can basically look like this is a person, and there's like an entity over us. We have that. We have the mentors from Harry Potter. So these guys, you know, like as they say in Harry Potter, like, you know, like when these guys get close, they're gonna suck the life out of you. So you lose your precious memories, you lose your happiness, and you basically stay with nothing. So there's that. There's also like Rich and I, we were watching an anime called The Beastars. Maybe I can find it. There's a point where our main hero is sort of he's controlled by the instincts. Like he's a 17-year-old wolf who have never eaten meat, and basically that monster or the beast within is pretty much like, hey, I want to eat, you know. And so like it talks like an entity. I might find it as an example. Let's see. It's just basically from our website. Hey, I get to show off my website. How awesome. Let's turn off the audio. Yeah, so basically, it shows up, like this is the wolf. He just caught his bunny. He's gonna go to eat it. And this is kind of like the entity, like kind of like his inner self and stuff. But when this guy gets close, you can actually see him like popping up. Where is he? I just need, like, yeah. So entity, like, kind of like, this is us, everyday life. And then the entity sort of appears as the energy around us and can talk to us and mess with us. So, like, they can say all kinds of stuff to trigger us and stuff. So these entities have various shapes, various forms, and, you know, it's up to us to be aware of them. Some people see them, some people feel them. Like, sometimes, yeah, how do I website? Yeah! animesub.lt. So anyway. But yeah, like, these entities, they're crazy. They're pretty much like around. It's like so some people might actually see them with naked eyes. Some people will feel the energy. Others are like, you know, like, hey, someone's like watching me. I feel like someone's there behind me, and you feel the presence. So we have these abilities to pick it up and stuff. So there's that interesting website. Yeah, like finally, yeah, some recognition. It's like Lithuanian website. It's this is me and my buddies. We created this website. It's like watching anime online for free. This is like my hobby. I put like most of my time. If I'm not doing the sessions, this is where my work goes. I'm just gonna turn off the camera because why not? There it is. So you can actually see all the recent uploads and like most popular anime. This like by popularity who's watching what. So you just click on whatever, you turn on the episode and you start watching. The only downside is that this is only in Lithuanian. So if you understand Lithuanian, like Lolly, yeah, go up. So that's the thing. Yeah, but that's like the other side of my life. A big part of it. Coming back to the questions though. Whoa. Let's see what is up. Just turning things around. Hi, Father. Good to see you here. Hey, Father, when are you available? It's been a while since we talked. If you're up for this, we should connect. Starseed U, do I have enough information to help you out? Yeah. I checked your screenshots, there's plenty of information. I'm really glad that you like put so much into it, so like I really appreciate it. And yeah, another thing, like I created a new aspect a few days ago, about a week. It's called Nika, Nika. So Nika is basically another part of me. She's helping out my buddy to pull him out of body. So other people, you can actually try to talk to her. Um, yeah, like for me, like I try different looks on her and stuff, but like she's there to help people pull out of body and help people like others out. So if Ren isn't working for you, or you know you're trying things out, like try Nika. So she might be there. Conan, am I vegan or vegetarian or at least plant based? So like as far as I've read, I haven't done that much research, but I've read that like vegetarians have lots of different types. As in like vegetarian that does not eat like animal meat, but like fish counts and eggs and stuff like that. Like you know like that kind of thing counts. So I'm part of like there where like I'm avoiding meat as much as possible like from animals, but I will try the varieties. Like when I've been to America, like I fell out of this whole thing, like cause you know, hello America, new fucking culture. So I tried it out and I got fat, and then I ate all kinds of stuff. I ate like what did we try? Carl's Juniors. Yeah, Rich showed me Carl's Juniors. That was like pretty neat, and yeah, like pancakes or yummy. So I tried like lots of things from American diet. And it's like funny because my whole life I believed that like I'm eating pretty well, so I'm not gonna get fat. And then I believed that like, oh, Americans eat fast, so if I eat that food, it's gonna hit me. And there I was like doing it, like not really thinking about it, and boom. So now I'm like working on like fixing my diet and taking care of myself and working out more. And I have my buddy Darius actually being sort of my workout coach. He's showing me how to do things, so there's that. Ah, okay. There's a lot of people talking it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go to John, question number 2. When two people are in out of body experience, how does one stop the other out of body traveler that is fighting us? It seems like one can turn the other into anything as they have equal authority to and imagination. So, usually it's more of a not the ability fight thing where like you know like they're gonna clash with I'm gonna turn you into pumpkin and you're gonna be a watermelon. Like it's not like that, but more like hey, let's have a deal. This is my territory. This is your territory. No, you're not going here and you're not going here. And so this is more like this is a very common thing because a lot of times these beings that are messing with us, like for example we have issues in life and like one day it's like going great and the next day it's all downhill. Seems like you've planned and you were working on your life and your career and things, and next day everything falls apart and you lose it all and like I have nothing left. And like why do these things happen? And a lot of times there's a third party, and we're thinking like usually entities, reptilians, grays, whoa, but it's not always them. Like sometimes we actually have buddies, friends, loved ones from our past lives that we are like, hey, you know, like you are exactly like me. We have like consciousness, we're creating things and stuff. And so you know, basically they set rules like how they're gonna work together, and they create like, hey, this is our territory. And so you're done with that life, you go to Earth, for example, and all of a sudden you're out of body, and you meet a person like your buddy from a past life that now it's their territory, but your buddy might not remember you in a new body. They might like they might know you by the consciousness, but it's more like, hey, this is like the territory of who we were before, not you. So you're not like welcome here. And so like these might be the clashes of two beings. The best thing for me is like to be kind of like diplomatic. Some people might not like it. It's kind of like politicians stuff, blah blah blah. But for me, it's like, you know, like, hey, I simply respect you and I respect myself, so I'm just gonna talk myself out of it. And you know, even like sometimes I meet like I get out of body. I meet like reptilians and other beings, like reptilian queens, some badass beings who are like complete killers. And like, you know, like you go there and you feel this like pure evil right in front of you. Like they just like are there and they can rip you apart. And so it's pretty interesting because like, you know, like with all their beingness, you're more like, hey, I'm not going to destroy your world. I'm not going to do anything. Just make sure that you do not touch that person anymore. And they make a deal like, okay, we're not going to do it. And it's all done. So basically, it's a simple conversation. But the thing is, beings out there respect us. because as a conscious being, we can create things and simply use your consciousness, single thought, and you can reshape their whole realm. So that's the thing. Like I think like being diplomatic is the best way to go. But then again, like depends from your preferences. Like stopping other beings that are fighting us. How would you stop one? Yeah, there was this being. Like, basically, I'm giving a session to a person, and I'm looking. This being like was kind of like pure evil consciousness, like simply like you and me, same kind of being, except their personality is different. They're more of into that psychopathic, sociopathic, killer, like mindset of destroying everyone, like really like pure evil, like no conscience or like conscience. Basically, just like I can kill everyone and I don't care about it. And so this being wants to get a physical body and another being like, I'm not gonna let you. So gets like a better being gets into the physical body, and the kind of like evil one is left out. But the evil one ended up messing with the person their whole life. And so I go to a body, I mess with that person, like trying to basically get rid of this evil being. It's like pure consciousness. It's like really physical fight. Like I use my techniques and nothing works. And so like eventually what I did to stop another being just like me is create a construct like simply like just to think of the gift box of a little ribbon. So like put this being in this like trap box, and there's like closed up reality, closed up construct, and sort of like no one can get out. So like I trap this being in this like construct, and now it's like pretty much there. And so every time I get out of the body, I just think of it, and it makes me laugh because like this being is still trapped in this construct of a like kind of like box. So the box is jumping around because he's trying to get it out. But that's one of the way, like like create a construct, try to trap them, shift realities so that they could not track you, like create invisibility clothes and stuff. There's a lot of like things that you can do, but there's lots of variations. Alright, what else do we have? Swim is asking, all the sessions you have had, have you seen a connection from people from separate sessions that connected in the past lives? Yeah, there were like about 3 people. Like I've seen 3 people who were more of a like Lyran race, and they had connections with the zoo tracks, and pretty much like like eventually worked like a group. They were not like family related, they were not the best buddies, but simply like kind of like a co-worker, working in the same clan, working in the same group. I've had like 3 people connected to the same stuff. Hi Zach, good to see you too. We're gonna learn the frame for this. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, buddy. Am I aware of the event horizon are also East and West Gate? By the titles, like right now, says like means nothing to me. I'm gonna check it out. But so far, like Marnie, that doesn't mean anything to me yet. Now, like I'm probably like by the labels, I might not know about it. By experience, I might. For me, like when I get out of body and with all my experiences, I might see a lot. Like I sometimes see like a lot of these races and like places and other things, and I come back, and the thing is, I don't really care about the names and like all these like labels. So I know the concept, I know how things work. I know the race by visuals and like their characters and stuff. But when they're like, "Hey, do you know this by a label?" I'm like, what? And so like when people make it clear, then I'm like, yeah, I might have seen it. So like I'm like 50-50. Like if you were to give me more details on the Event Horizon or East and West Gate, I might tell you more about it. If I have any experience with it, yeah. Hey Lolik, have a good one. It's good seeing you here. Okay, so you love Rin, not breaking up with her anytime soon. Good, good, good. I think she likes you less as well. Okay, Saranki and Lauda and Randy Morgan spoke of it in their recent show. The end of the cycle. Yeah, I haven't watched their interview fully of the end of the cycle. It really depends how you perceive things. I agree to a lot of what Laura is saying. Sometimes our point of views are different of the experience, but like the thing is, there's this photo. Photo showed perfectly on or like wait. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. There we go, this is a perfect example. Just need to pull it off. Come on. Yeah, okay, anyway. Let's do this. So yeah, so like all of these are our perceptions. For example, this is what Laura Leon sees, this is what Randy sees, this is what I see, for example, right? All of us see it in a different way, but eventually we're like, everyone's right. So the way I would explain things, whatever I'm seeing and experiencing is my point of view and my reality. Whatever Laura experiences is her reality. Whatever Randy goes through is his reality. And we meet somewhere in the middle, depending on how we can explain things and stuff. But eventually everything is correct. Everything is the right way. Everything is a thing. If, for example, someone says, the world's gonna end in 2012, a lot of people who believe that the world will end died at the 2012. Everyone else who believed that the world is gonna keep on going, we're here with them right now. And so, like, everyone basically shifts to different realities. Those who believe that there's the end of the cycle will go with where the end of the cycle is. Others might not believe it and I'm just gonna everything's gonna get better by blah blah blah, and they're gonna go in this reality. So basically, if you look at the tree, we have one main kind of chunk of tree, that's our common beliefs. And then everyone else has their own opinions of how things are. So basically it branches out to little sticks and leaves and stuff. And this is our opinions and possible timelines where we can shift and go and experience other things. And that's pretty much how it is. So I don't know, the whole the end of the cycle, I would have to listen to what they say to sort of give on more about it. For me, I'm seeing changes in my own life in a better way. So there's that. Hi, I'm Yahweh. Good to see you here, buddy. Okay, so you've heard me explaining this is my first time on Earth. Is this my first lifetime in this whole universe as well? Now, I've been in this physical universe, the whole 3D, a while back, working on our groups. I've been here doing other kind of work, mainly kind of working with Lawrence, timeline shifting and other kind of stuff. So there's that. But yeah, I haven't been on Earth before, but I've been in this physical universe, working on our groups. Hi Stephanie, good to see you here. Yeah, Marnie, just to sort of say a bit more regarding that whole thing of the cycles. I think everyone has their own opinion of how things are, and it would be the best to choose everything or anything that is most empowering to you. Have your own belief system. You can listen to Lotta, you can listen to me and everyone else, and pick out things that fit your own belief system the best, and do everything you can to empower yourself. Because if we listen to people and they're like, oh, humanity's gonna die out, the cycle's gonna go bad, and we listen to a lot of possibilities, and it sounds negative, and we're like, oh fuck, and we start worrying about what can happen, and we are unaware of shifting into the negative reality because we start focusing on it. So you can be aware, okay, that is a possibility. I'm not going there. It's the same kind of thing with astrology. someone says like, oh, like your zodiac sign is this, and this is what is like for you today. And so you like read through the whole thing, and I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm gonna lose my job, and I'm gonna have a really bad day. Damn. I'm not going for that. Like, they can predict my whole future. Fine, cool. It's one of the possibilities, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna go to there right now. And basically, you choose your own belief system of what you want to do. You can actually get a raise in the job, you can actually have an awesome day. And this whole prediction thing of, let's say, astrology, it has some truth to it, but it's hypnotizing. It's like, I work with countless of people who are really into that, and some of them like are really like hardcore works with it, and eventually their life is really fucked up. And then we look at all these issues, and basically it's kind of like a program, like a trigger that will cause them to sort of like, okay, the program starts running, and if you go into the astrology, you start buying into these beliefs, and that is going to control your life. So you have to sort of like, okay, this is what's possible, but choose what's best for you. So there's that. Hey Zach, so you're fasting this weekend and had some interesting experiences? Please share. I was thinking about doing the same thing. Water fasting at least for a few days, that would be really good for me. Like water fasting, just like, don't eat anything, like starving. But yeah, fasting is really good. I've been in the past a few times, really helpful. So what's your experience with this, Zach? How's it going so far? And I guess while we're shifting, I'm still sort of answering a few questions, but I could start Deus Ex. Do you want me to just talk and like do Q&A, or would you like me to play the game and answer questions? So I'm Yahoo asking, can we develop these out-of-body abilities in the physical universe, like teleportation, shapeshifting, and shapeshifting? Twice. Okay. There's like a thing, yes and no. I would say, I believe it's possible. I have not met a person who is able to teleport here in the physical, but I did read about it. Like, I think like Joe Vitale, and with the whole technique of Ho'oponopono, there are claims of people who were able to teleport and shift from places, and they had like lots of these great experiences, simply like working spiritually, and like the whole asylum of people who were really fucked up, he cleared them all out, that they were able to leave. They were let go because they all got better. So like, there's a lot of abilities we can have, and I think the biggest one is for us to shape our belief system. And, like, living here in the physical, you're trying to like, okay, so I'm this awesome being, and I don't agree anymore that there's a tree out there. So you see like a tree, or let's say this is my hand there, and there's no more hand. And it's not going to disappear, because deep inside you're programmed to believe it. So it's really a hardcore job of putting yourself apart in a place where you get rid of all these limiting beliefs. Everything that limits you, like, we are hardcore programmed. This is a cup. Kind of like in Matrix, there is no spoon. So you really have to bend your belief system, your realities, and to be able to control that stuff. And I believe it's possible. There have been a few times where I was able to shift it, like, kind of. Also, can you see me? Can you see me? Because I just got like a notification from Streamlabs that the stream disconnected. So I'm not sure if you can actually hear me or not. It says I'm live, but I'm just saying, I don't know, coincidence or not. Okay, God is dumb. Hi, I have tested positive for COVID today, and I feel like my brain's going out of head. What is this? I am no doctor, but I would go with David Icke, who's saying that the whole COVID thing is simply testing for RNA. Is basically a part that everyone can actually have. So it's more like official terms. The only thing I can probably say is, like, if you are feeling kind of sickish, please take care of yourself. Take a lot of like vitamin C, drink teas and stuff, like usual stuff that you would do to take care of the cold or a flu. Avoid the governmental stuff if you are believing that they might mess you up. But I would push like, when I went to America, probably like the third day when I got there, I pretty much got all those symptoms of fucking COVID, where hard to freaking breathe, feeling like shit, all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't buy it. It's a simple cold for me. I don't give a fuck if it's COVID or no COVID. I don't believe in the thing. For me, it's a freaking cold. So what I did is simply, here's my tea. I have my tea with lemon, ginger, garlic, and honey. This is my usual mix for like antioxidants and like getting my system boosted up. I drink this every day. I take vitamin C and I'm feeling great. And so like I basically drink my tea and took vitamin C, and in 2 days I'm perfect. So I don't buy the whole thing. And if you're feeling weird and stuff, take care of your health. Like you simply have a cold or flu and stuff like that. The fuck is this playing? Next song, please. So basically we have synthwave channel going. Still looking for interesting songs. Let's see whatever works. Okay, so Sarsi is asking, what do you do after knowing the hierarchy, but I want to pass on my damage back to the beings who did it to me? I guess it's hard. I guess the best way to sort of return the damage is try to, let's say, create this shielding around yourself. Like simply, like every one of us has energy shield. So what you do is you sort of like program it to deflect the damage. So every time someone tries to cause you headache, someone tries to mess with you, the program tries to deflect, and whoever is trying to cause you the headache or like feel bad within your body, all of a sudden their spaceship explodes, or they're the ones getting the headache. So you can actually deflect it by simply sort of like creating a program of that. That would be my way of probably doing it. I guess that would be the answer. Okay, when you got a body, have you ever gone to what people call is the inner desert of the abyss? Again, like I'm not good with the labels. Yeah, so I couldn't say if Phil, if you were to let me know more about this like inner desert, I might say yeah, I might have met like these people. I might have been there, but right now, no. Like this label says nothing to me. Luigi Morris, hi, what are your thoughts on angels and higher entities? It's a 50-50 thing. They're the good ones and the bad ones. Same like, like, what are your thoughts on people? On humanity? Do you think they're good or bad? You have to say like 50-50, because I know people who are psychopaths, who are, let's say, in the government and who want to control people and mess with us, like Bill Gates and stuff, but there are people who are fighting for us, who love us, who are like my mom loves me. I have a puppy. I have a puppy. Well, I don't have a puppy. I met a puppy who bit me while I was on the riding a bicycle, and I met a puppy who licked me. So there's like various things. So like when it comes to angels, any kind of other beings, we have to focus on specific groups and not give the label of all of them are like this. This is the way I like to go with it, because saying like like all people are bad. No, it's not right. All reptilians are bad. It's not right. So you have to like like it's two general terms. So you have to be specific about like specific groups, specific people. There are groups of angels, archangels, entities, all kinds of races who are more into controlling, messing with us, trying to do everything they can to like just mess with beings, not just humanity. Like we think like, oh, humanity is the only place who are being messed with. Like no. Pleiadians, Arcturians, other beings are simply messed with by that as well. So they experience this whole thing. But there are also angels, archangels, and other entities and other beings who are here to enhance like our abilities, help us out, like talk to us and stuff. They're like various people. Some people can talk to the archangels and they get like super great results, they get guidance, they're super happy in life. And there are those who are going to be used by Archangel Michael, for example, and like kind of get trapped, like get their energy sucked out. So like it's a 50-50 thing. And it really depends of what kind of group or specific beings do you meet and how do they affect your life. So this would be my like, so like, I'm always like 50-50. Like, I meet Reptilian, I want to find out like, what's this Reptilian about? If I see a Reptilian, that doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. So like, I really like to get sort of like deeper to see what are they like. And yeah, that would be my sort of answer. Stephanie, you sent me an email. Let's see. Shouldn't have it. Yeah, it's there. I got your email. I did not read it yet, but I got it. So I'll try to get back to you tonight if I can. But yeah, thank you for getting to me. Okay, so this woman's recommending to read the manga called I Will Die Soon. It's about suicide, reincarnation, and archons messing with you. I'm gonna mark this one. I'm gonna do it right away. Sounds like a good one. I recently sort of like went through what a lot of people would call massive torture. If you have heard about manga called Killing Stalking, I did it. I read the whole thing. And it's terrible. It's terrible because, to sort of explain it simply for people who have no knowledge about it, imagine the concept of Stockholm Syndrome, and basically a kid is kind of like in love or like really likes one person and just goes like to become a friend and then gets hit, gets traumatized, becomes slave of physical and sexual abuse. And it's really hardcore. Like, I read the whole thing, and a lot of people in the comments, let's see, after you read the manga, they're talking it up, and you read the reviews, some people are like, hey, this is like good story, but really traumatizing. And there are others who are like, I love this couple. A couple of, like abuser and a slave and stuff. And you're like, what's wrong with you? So like, there's a lot of people who are loving these kind of scenarios, and then you think about it, in this physical world, we have plenty of psychopaths and sociopaths and killers and all of these hardcore beings. And some of them don't give a fuck at all. And they would kill you, they would rape you, they no conscience. And like, basically, it's hardcore. And to love these people is the same thing as you have a person who suppresses you. Might be your parents, might be your siblings, might be your friends, might be your coworker, might be your partner, might be your lover, and if anyone really. And these people, they can hit you, they can like, oh, you're such a wonderful person, and next day they're gonna gaslight you. And they can sort of give you that attention, give you what you need, but then really fuck you up. And it's kind of like, you want to move out, you want to get away, but you love them, and you care about them, and they hurt you, but they're like, but deep inside they're a good person, and you get hit, and you get kind of messed with. And people are okay with this. A lot of people are okay with this. They cannot move out, they cannot like get out of this thing, and it's hardcore. So like, seeing people who like read this hardcore stuff and are like, yeah, I love this thing, it's pretty terrible because they have probably not experienced anything like it in their real life. And I don't know, it's just messed up. And kind of like shows like how fucked up humanity is. Because like, we look at this like reincarnation and, like possibly like we're here to learn. Please, what? We can learn all this stuff out there. We can experience the pain. We can go through all of this stuff without having to be trapped in this body and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty hardcore. I don't know, I just saw this comment of a guy regarding new manga, and I just like sort of like suicide and all this stuff like sort of like reminded me of this whole thing. So I just thought I'll bring it up. What was that, like a Pokemon shirt? Give me a second, I'm gonna bring it up. I love that one. Just a second. Starseed, you, this is just for you.